Hello everybody. Video titles, they're super important to your YouTube channel. How can you write better ones to get more views? Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello everybody, welcome back to vidIQ once again. It's so good to see you. If you are watching this live, do say hello, let us know where you are in the world. My name is Rob. If this is your first time here, we are the YouTube tool and channel that aims to help you get more views in less time. And anything you see today that looks a little unusual on our YouTube page, that is the vidIQ Chrome extension, completely free to download. Link in the description, make sure you download it. The format today, as it was last week when we looked at thumbnails, is that we are going to be focusing on a particular aspect of your channel. First of all, we're doing a presentation, 10 amazing tips to improve your titles, and that's going to be coming from my guest who's sliding into view right now. Hello everybody, welcome once again the vidIQ Senior Evangelist, Jeremy Vest. Please introduce yourself to our super awesome audience here at vidIQ.
Hey everyone, Jeremy Vest, a recovering video nerd and senior evangelist of vidIQ.
Now, he says he's recovering, but he went off his head on thumbnails last week, and no doubt once we get into titles this week, we're going to be doing exactly the same thing. As I say, Jeremy's going to be talking us through how to write the best titles for our YouTube channel first, and then it's over to you folks. We're going to be taking a look at your channels and scrutinizing your titles to see what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. So it's a completely interactive experience. If you do enjoy this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more content just like this, and share this live stream if you're watching live. Otherwise, Jeremy, it's over to you if you want to start presenting your screen, and we can take a look at what you're going to be presenting here today, which is 10 fantastic ways to suggest your titles. There we go. Are you up now? Okay, let's put you up on screen. Take it away, Jeremy.
All right. So one thing you got to remember is the combination of an awesome thumbnail, like we talked about last week, and a phenomenal title. That is what really wins a lot of people's success on YouTube. So that combination is, don't underestimate a phenomenal title, a phenomenal thumbnail. So one of the first things we want to talk about in making a thumbnail is keyword research and what people are searching for. When you're starting a channel, if you answer the questions people are asking, you'll probably do a whole lot better to get started. You know, developing an audience is hard. So understanding what people are searching for is a very good way to get started. The first thing I personally do is I start typing in YouTube, and there's this thing called the auto population, box, the search box. So let's say I am going to make a cake today on my YouTube channel. I start typing how to make a cake, and you can see what YouTube thinks is the most important, most relevant search queries for what you're doing. And remember, YouTube being the second largest search engines in the world, their job is to have relevancy. So this data that pulls up in the auto-populate search box is very accurate most of the time. So one of the best ways I found to start finding your keywords and what your video should be about is starting here. Another thing I love, not just because I'm a vidIQ fanboy, but I love when you click search in YouTube, on the right-hand side, all of this data comes up. So you can see how many monthly searches a term has. You can see what relevant queries are and the top search terms near that search term. You can also click, for example, on cake decorating and see more keywords. So it's like being able to see the universe of keywords around what you're searching for very quickly. And this is one of the reasons I love vidIQ so much.
Yeah, a couple of things to add there from me. As Jeremy says here, these are some of the things that are on your search page if you download the vidIQ tool. And many aspects of this are free to get this information. And if we just go back to the first slide as well, Jeremy, something I wanted to add here where your keyword might be how to make a cake, but you can do what's called the alphabet journey as well, which might be how to make a cake A or how to make a cake B, and then that gives you a lot more specific niche keywords and keyword phrases that you might be able to use for this phrase of how to make a cake. So a couple of small tips there from the under evangelist there.
No, I love it. And, there's definitely play with this,
Yeah.
all these tools. They're pretty amazing. So now that you're starting to understand your universe of keywords, you're going to type in, when you're uploading or editing a video on YouTube, you're going to type in a few tags around that universe. So you know what your universe is, like how to make a cake. So you're going to type in a few of those terms. Then from there, our Boost product, I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's our paid product, but it is really, really awesome. What this does at this point is you click Boost, and it actually suggests very, very relevant terms. And you can see the terms typically are, I would say 80-90% of the times, the terms are dead on to what your video is about.
Yeah,
Now,
quick challenge here is like, can you guess what potentially the title is from just the tags that you can see here? It's probably going to be something along the lines of how to make a good YouTube thumbnail.
yeah, and basically what our software does is it looks at relevant key terms and searches and videos, and it guesses what other tags you should use from that. So, I would say we're not going to get it right all the time, but if you use this as a barometer and you click just the key terms that are relevant to your video, then you should win pretty good. It should be pretty easy to add all of these tags. Now, what tags do these days, what we found is they help you be more relevant and suggested. I'm not saying tags don't help other things. I'm just saying suggested, it seems to help suggested a lot. Do you find that, Rob?
Certainly, yeah. There's been examples where I've seen channels which have been really specific with tags, like the title, the description of tags. It might be like a certain backpack product, which I've never heard of, but people specifically looking for that one thing. It can have a very positive impact on their channel. They may have like 1,000 subscribers, but they're competing with channels with tens of thousands of subscribers in the search terms on the top page and getting a lot of views from it.
Awesome. Another thing beyond keywords, because we're talking about key terms here, but you do realize that if no one clicks on your title, the best keywords in the world don't matter at all, right?
Yeah, so we've been talking about like the function and how to leverage a YouTube algorithm here. Now we've got to start talking to the human being who's looking on screen and potentially trying to influence what they're going to click on.
Yeah, absolutely. So beyond keywords, you really have to give someone enough intrigue and reason to click. So in this video, we put up yesterday, I believe, 30 YouTube video ideas to kickstart any channel. In this particular case, 30 in kickstart are the reasons you want to watch this channel, or something beyond just keywords. And our keywords in this particular instance are YouTube video ideas. Some other ones that do quite well are top 10 lists. And one thing we want to talk about is we don't want you to do clickbait. This is not an opportunity for you to do clickbait. If you deliver the promise in the message, it's not clickbait, right?
Yep.
So if you really are pregnant, you can say I'm pregnant. Worst day that turned into the best day if it really was your worst day. And Rob has to make fun of me being an old man skateboarder on this. First time skateboarder, epic fail.
Yeah.
So you guys see that we're not telling you to do clickbait. We're telling you to give someone a intriguing, real reason to click on your videos. And
just one more thing to add from me. If you do want to see my musical talents or lack of, then make sure to watch this YouTube Kickstarting Ideas one. It's got some entertaining stuff in there.
And Team Autism PD asked if I'm pregnant, and yes, I am.
Video coming soon.
Another really cool tool is you may want to go to sumo.com/kickass headline generator. It's a really great tool. Then it gives you basically the best clickable title suggestions, and it's really powerful. Definitely check that out. All right. Another thing we found is you definitely want to keep your main keyword phrase to the front of the title. Rob, have you seen if you put a main keyword phrase in the back of the title that it may not rank or do as well?
Yeah, potentially. And this is actually mentioned in the Creator Studio lesson guides that tag relevancy is important at the front, and it's the same for titles as well. You want to be front loading, so to speak, your keywords towards the front of the titles. Back in the day before I worked for vidIQ, my tech channel was all about recording iPhone screens, and pretty much every title started with how to record your iPhone or how to record your iPhone screen. And it took maybe 10, 20 videos for YouTube to start realizing that this is what I was really focusing on. And after that, my channel grew exponentially over a year, just focusing on that one keyword, constantly making sure it was at the front of everything I was talking about, especially in the titles.
Awesome. So another thing we want to talk about is, so this is very interesting. We've sifted through a lot of data, and we found that if you have super short titles, like 10 to 20 characters, they're going to do really well to your subscribers. You got to remember, your subscribers aren't being sold to you. They already love you. They're subscribed to your channel, or they at least like you enough to subscribe to your channel, right? Mm-hmm. So what we found is shorter titles do very well for subscribers, but a little bit longer titles seem to do better for search and discovery. Rob, have you seen that as well?
Yeah, I'd certainly. We'll probably talk about this in the future with a different content for your channel, whether it be community content, hub content, or hero content, where this determines what type of audience you're reaching out to. And yeah, absolutely. If you're really focusing on telling a story to your existing audience, that can be really powerful for your existing subscribers. And I think that's going to vary depending on what type of channel you have. Like if it's an educational how-to one, then maybe not as many titles that way. But if you're a vlogger and you're sharing a journey, certainly these stronger, powerful, emotional titles can have a real impact.
And when you're doing longer titles, there's definitely a threshold. I think around 60-ish characters that starts getting cut off on suggested on the right-hand side, and then mobile.
Yeah, it does become a point again where we're talking about how to functionally write titles, and hopefully we'll have some examples here when we look at your channels where you see the ellipsis at the when a title continues on, but we can't read it, and then you can obviously again when the viewer is deciding what to watch, if you can't deliver your title in the space available on a YouTube desktop or mobile, you could potentially lose many percentages of your viewers just because they don't know what the story is about because you don't write it in those 60 characters. And
one of the things we started with in this conversation is the power of the thumbnail and title combo. Mm-hmm. This is my favorite example from Vsauce. It's just a yellow box and it says this is not yellow. It's also not clickbait in my opinion. And the reason it's not clickbait is from a science perspective. He explains why the color yellow is not really yellow. It's just how our eye processes it. And I'm not nerdy enough to really understand what he was talking about, but I know it wasn't clickbait. This video had over 18 million organic views, and hopefully it shows you guys the power of the combination effect of an awesome thumbnail and a title. Rob, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think people tend to use the word clickbait too liberally. And the only way you can find out whether content is clickbait is actually to watch it. And as demonstrated here, this channel with 30 million subscribers has 80 million views. So it's reached well beyond the audience that Vsauce has. But also likes and dislikes. 96% people who watch this content are absolutely loving it. So is this clickbaity? No. If it was exactly the same thumbnail and title and it had nothing to do with what was trying to be delivered in what you can see here, then it would be clickbaity. So yeah, I think clickbaity is a term that people need to use very carefully.
And the Doberman guy just used the hexadecimal color for yellow, so we are in good company with nerds here.
Thank you there. Thank you, Tevan. I appreciate that.
All right, so we're going to move on a little faster so we can get into these audits. Make sure in comments that you let us know what channels you want us to audit your titles with. We'd really appreciate go ahead and putting on those right now. We're going to curate that list. And so make a video series with a core theme. So here's the thought. We used to call this, or we still call this, the triple keywords. We're now calling this the quad keyword.
Whoa. We've just upgraded, folks.
So we used to talk about tags, titles, and descriptions, but now we're also adding the playlist title to this concept. So think about, let's say you made a video about how to make a princess cake. One video, one time, you're probably never going to rank #1 in the world for how to make a princess cake. But let's say you made 100 videos, 365 days in 1 year, you made 100 videos on princess cakes. Odds are you're probably going to start ranking and getting noticed for being the princess cake person, right? So imagine with the new YouTube video algorithm for like 7 to 72 hours-ish, your YouTube's going to push your new content out a little harder than it normally does. So what if you put out 2 or 3 videos a week on how to make a princess cake? And in theory, would you actually rank higher for that term 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Think about that to explode your mind right now. So when you're doing these quad keywords, I personally call this the nested video loop. The idea is you want to consistently rank for a bigger phrase category. Sean Canal and Benji do a phenomenal job on this, on how to get more views. You can see it's the title of their playlist. It's one of their first tags. It's actually in the title of the video and in the description of the video. So there is no doubt in my mind, in your mind, in YouTube's mind, what this video series is about.
I'd like to rename this the Grand Slam metadata, I think. let us know what you think, folks. Should it be quad keywords or Grand Slam metadata?
Or let us know your thoughts. We'd love to have a better name than even that.
We'll have alternatives. Okay, what's tip number 10? Here we go.
All
track
right,
results.
Tip number 10 is make sure you track your results. How do you track your results? Is search and suggested, typically. There's also some browser features and other things, but let's not get too nerdy. Let's just look at the basics. If your search and suggested are growing, you're probably doing this a little better. Rob, closing thoughts on this?
Yeah, absolutely. I think whenever you make changes, they may not happen overnight, and you need to experiment with maybe 5 to 10 videos and see which is really working. And as you say, go to analytics and check the traffic sources, and you'll get all of this information here. And also, we've mentioned this before, but the channel audit tool will sort of give you an idea of how you're building your audience, whether you're getting videos, which videos are building the most subscribers or the most engagement, and you can look at the titles there and see how those different things compare. So there we are, folks. 10 fantastic tips on how to write better titles. Jeremy, if we just cycle back to number 1, if we just quickly go through each of these so we can remind folks of the 10 tips we've given there. So make sure we
real quick,
write them down.
Yep. Understand your search intent. Type in the suggested video or the search bar. We like to look at our tool on the right-hand side once you make a search on YouTube to see what the monthly searches are and videos or tags around that. We love Boost so that we can really hone in on the relevant key terms for tags and titles. And we always give someone a reason to click our titles way beyond keywords. We want to keep these main phrase keywords to the front of the title when possible, but never make something sound robotic. Like, don't just stuff your keywords in the beginning so that they're there. You know, don't sacrifice the whole title for keyword stuffing, if that makes any sense. We also like to keep our titles as short as possible, but as powerful as possible. The combination of titles and great thumbnails is the grand slam. Oh, I can't use that. You already took that. Dang it. Make video series if you really want to win on a theme. If you really want to win on a sub niche, if you're not a vlog, if you're anything else, make similar series of videos, and you can consistently win in this suggested search more often. Winning the lottery is not a business plan. So if you just stick one video up there and expect to rank number one, you're probably going to lose. And what was your term again?
Grand Slam metadata.
Make sure that you're using these key phrases in your series, in your tags, title, description, and playlist. And don't forget to track results.
And there we have the 10 tips for writing titles for your YouTube videos to get more views. So, Jeremy, if you want to stop presenting now, we're going to switch over to the interactive side of this live stream, where we're actually going to take a look at your titles right now for the next, at least 40 minutes. And if you have any sort of questions about titles in general, maybe we haven't answered something, maybe save them up for the end of this live stream, and we'll actually take some of your questions live. So, Jeremy, if you want to just add any final thoughts on tags while I'm clicking my bits and making sure we're sharing the right thing, and we'll move on to it very soon.
Yeah, I would say that I was talking to a big YouTuber with millions and millions of subscribers recently, and he was basically saying that he got to a point with, being a YouTuber is hard. I suggest you try to find a balance between the nerd and having a good time and really trying to enjoy your channel. So, you could always have a better title. You could always have a better thumbnail. Have a great title and a great thumbnail, but don't overstress it too much. Obviously, that's why tools like ours, like vidIQ, exist, so we can help with this creator's dilemma, is what I call it. Being a creator is so hard. It's hard enough. We're here to assist you in your journey. So don't overthink it. If you're overthinking, or if you're really stressed out every day, if you're just not having a good time, you're doing it wrong.
All right, thanks for those final sagely words there, Jeremy. So just confirm, Jeremy, can you see my screen now as I'm sharing it here?
Yes.
Yes, okay, right. So, folks, we're just going to focus one time again on the Doberman, because he showed me a video here which is going sort of semi-viral for his channel here. And hopefully now you can see this new magnifying glasses, which is going to help us look at titles specifically. This video... This channel, let's just check. So for 9,000 subscribers, this channel, after 6 days of this video, is having 11,000 plus views. And I think this is one of these really tempting titles, which has this tease of, like, first of all, the Doberman colours. The Doberman's going to be really going to connect with dog lovers. But that, and one to avoid, I think, is a real tease in this title, Jeremy. And what do you think here?
Yeah, I mean, now, like, I don't even like Dobermans, but I'm like, what Doberman do you have to avoid? I have to click on it. It's like a train wreck, right? And it's also not that clickbaity, because I'm guessing, because the Doberman guy is awesome, I'm guessing he's going to really deliver on this promise.
Absolutely. Okay, so that was a quick look at the Doberman guy, but now we're going to take a look at your channels, folks. So the first one we're going to look at here is the Retro Gamer Boy, a relatively new channel. Has 65 subscribers, some fantastic thumbnails to look at there, but any titles there or any things to note immediately that we're looking at here, Jeremy?
Yeah, I mean, I like the thumbnails. Good job.
Yeah,
I mean, making
awesome.
yourself look all pixely and retro-y, that's amazing. I really, really dig the thumbnails. And I am a thumbnail snob, so I don't say that lightly. I guess what I would like to see on these titles, like, I like the 60-second retro review.
Yep.
But I'm guessing if we typed in something like retro gaming or retro computer game or whatever in the search box on YouTube, I'm guessing you're not using the term people are searching for retro games or retro gaming.
So yeah, I'm just doing that search now. So we're practicing what we preach here. And we're putting retro games or retro gaming, and so here's the options.
Retro gaming console.
Yeah, setup.
So what if you made a series on retro gaming consoles or games from a retro gaming? So I would just tweak the keywords of it, and then also the punchline. The reason to click. Just pump it up like 20% more. So the biggest collection in the world, that's great. I mean, I think you definitely have some phenomenal, examples here. But just punch it up a little more of the reason to click, and just make sure that you're focusing on a theme of what people are searching for specifically in retro gaming.
Yeah. Okay, so awesome. Thank you, Retro Gamer, for being our first, in quotes, victim today. The next channel we are going to look at here is another gaming channel. It's not all going to be gaming channels, folks. Let me just stress that. But we're going to now look at the Girl Regamer, 220 subscribers. Anything to pick out here? I mean, I'm seeing that there seems to be a big focus on V-Bucks giveaways here.
Right.
And anything else that we can notice?
So one thing I would say is go back and watch our thumbnails live stream from last week. I think that'll do you some good as far as consistency and eyeballs and all the nerdy stuff we talked about last week. So definitely do us a favor and go watch that. Get some more consistency on your thumbnails. And then it really looks like you're trying to rank for a V-Bucks giveaway. So if that's the case, I guess my rebuttal to that would be you're not obviously giving someone, you're either not showing up enough, in impressions, you're not getting enough impressions, or this term's not ranking.
Yeah.
So this may be a term. Can you just type in search box V-Bucks giveaway?
I certainly can, yeah.
And then maybe V-Bucks giveaway. So one thing I can see right off the top is V space bucks.
Absolutely.
Is actually the term you should be using.
Yeah.
V space bucks.
Another thing I've noticed is here as well is that some of these titles are quite long. So we're seeing that example of the title looks very similar in all these. And so we don't see it all here. It doesn't appear on my layout here, but the full title of this video here is Free V-Bucks Giveaway Female Console Player New 8-Week Challenges Out Now. And you don't see new week 8 challenges out now at all on the title. It's completely lost because the title is too long in these examples.
And theoretically, this is good video SEO.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work because video SEO is not enough. Watch time is very important as well.
Yeah.
So make sure that you're giving people extreme value. And then honestly, the secondary part of a video should be SEO. If you're giving people really great value and they're finding entertainment or education or something out of your video, then, you can do it. But at the same time, the biggest philosophy I would say is go look at our thumbnail stuff. Try to de-optimize some of these. Don't stuff keywords. Just give it one phrase and a reason to click, and I think you're going to do a lot better.
So it might be a good idea just to go for V-Bucks giveaway rather than the whole female console builder season, etc.
Or maybe it's like V-Bucks giveaway. You won't believe.
Yeah.
Blank,
Adding the human sort of element, the tease and the trigger that, that's going to make me actually want to click on it, rather than these. I sometimes describe these as file names on a computer. You're ordering it how you would want to sort it in your Explorer on Windows or on a Mac, rather than how are you going to entice somebody to click on this to watch the content.
You're also screaming at everyone because everything's uppercase.
Yeah.
And as petty as that sounds, I don't think that's a good strategy. I think it looks very spammy.
Okay, so a few things there for you Girl Regamer to have a look at. The next one we're going to look at is Organic Health Tips 2. This must be the sequel channel. Anything to note here immediately from the titles?
I love the sequence channel. That's funny. Again, consistency. Try to have some type of shape, color, background color, element, logo, something to tie all these videos together. Because the beauty of suggested videos on the right-hand side, where most organic views come from most channels, the beauty is if you start showing up and people are like, hey, that's the Health Tips 2 channel. I know that because their branding, colors, logo, some type of consistency. I know what they look like.
Yeah.
So I think that's really important. And I think that, things like 9 signs that your infant may have autism, I think that's that's phenomenal. It has infant autism. It has the reason to click. And it's also, probably, I'm guessing, if you type in search signs that your infant.
Okay, let's do that. If I can spell it correctly.
Look at that. Number 1.
Yeah.
How did I know that? I've been doing this a long time. Number 1 there. So that's pretty amazing. Signs your infant has autism. So you clearly know what you're doing as far as keyword research goes. So you're doing phenomenal on that, and you're giving good reasons to click. The 2 things I would recommend is revisit your whole thumbnail strategy. Make sure you go watch our live stream from last week and find a way to do a themed series of videos. So I would love to see a series of 100 different autism videos or something like that, where you have more probability to rank more often 24/7 in one theme.
Yeah, there's also some curious things going on here with volume of content as well. Like there's how many videos have been published in the last day, like 5 or 6 videos. So maybe tone down a little bit the volume of content, give your videos maybe a chance to breathe might be another idea as well. Just thinking outside of the tips box suggestions.
I would say with the amount of views you have, make sure that they're not set to private or unlisted. And the word new adds no value to your thumbnail at all, in my opinion. So you're posting a lot, but you're not getting any views. So there is something curious there. I wonder if we took a deeper look at this, if there's something wrong with your channel, or if maybe you're using some weird software. Typically you don't see views this low. So I would definitely double check that.
All right, thank you there. That's Organic Health Tips 2. Next, we're going to look at My Stuttering Life, channel with 68 subscribers. And let's have a look at the videos here. Some fairly strong branding and consistency in the thumbnails. Is that carried through to the titles?
Yeah, I think well done on the thumbnails. You have the YouTuber faces and, the pointing and good branding colors. You've definitely been listening to me and Rob on that. Well done on the thumbnails, definitely. One thing I would say about the thumbnails, like you did with stuttering and skydiving, go that big every time with expressions and emotion and eyes. Give yourself personality. I think that I bet that's going to be your highest impressions to views thumbnail. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
Because it's just more personality and funner. Another thing I would say on the thumbnails themselves, I'm sorry, I know this isn't a thumbnail audit, but it works. I have to, is I would actually have a picture of like someone skydiving behind you.
Yes.
That way, from a visual storytelling perspective, people are in the moment and they're like, oh, skydiving. So stuttering and skydiving, I'm guessing, Rob, can you type in skydiving?
Yeah, I'm just looking at that title myself, and I'm wondering how do those two connect? And maybe there needs to be...
I don't think they have to necessarily connect.
What did you want me to search for again, Jeremy? It's just skydiving.
Just skydiving.
Yeah.
Without parachute, fails, accident. That's not good. So here's my homework to you. It's almost like a vlog, because you're a guy obviously that stutters, I'm guessing, and speech therapy. So if I were you, I would find a theme like type in stuttering instead.
Yep.
Stuttering and
here we go.
So this is where I would get to the meat and potato. I would actually make a series of stuttering
Yeah.
and I would actually make videos around how to deal with bullying and anxiety and depression and all of dating and autism and all these things that are a part of stuttering. It's almost like you have a vlog right now. It's like you're a dude that stutters, that does stuff, and that's fine. But if to begin, to get those 100, 1,000, 100,000 subscribers, I would answer these questions right here. That's how I would start off your channel.
I have a really specific question here. Should it be better to use stuttering and spelt out or the ampersand like that? Oh, it automatically respells it. Okay.
Yeah, when it comes, YouTube and Google are kind of the smartest people in the world when it comes to search engines. So they have like I forgot what they're called, modifiers or replacers. I forgot exactly what the term is, but there's a lot of different ways, like with the S and without the S. There's a lot of things that they kind of assume now.
Okay.
So I think it could be either.
So there you are, your Stuttering Life. You have the homework ready to rock and roll. Next channel we're going to look at is JKTV, a channel with only 100 subscribers, but when I was looking at the view counts, already a couple of videos are in the thousands. Maybe some polarizing content with the likes and dislikes, but maybe some work to do on the thumbnails. Anything we can add about the titles?
Well, I think let's go into the polarization aspect. No Church in the Wild cover. I mean, clearly, if you're doing a cover with a a topic that's kind of out there, people are going to be polarized over, then I'm okay with seeing a 75% likes to dislike ratio here.
Okay.
I really am. And if you type in Rebecca Black's Friday song, I think she has over 1 million dislikes on the song, and she's still doing all right. Yep. So I'm okay with that. I would say that in general, to me, the thumbnails, the promise, and delivery of the titles, that none of it really matches to me. Like, for example, Where Comedy Lives, and the stop sign.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to approach that from a viewer's perspective. So your homework is think like a viewer and create like a viewer. So don't ever think about yourself again. Think when you make people laugh, if you're a comedian, think about their experience of their laughter and how that happens. I know this sounds all weird and I'm kind of freaking myself out right now, but think about their experience of how you make people laugh and then recreate that in a thumbnail and a title. Anything to add to that one?
Nothing in particular. I was just doing some maintenance in the background, just picking up some new some more channels to look at. But I think as you say, there is sort of, to me, when I just look at this channel, like, I don't know what the channel's about. Looking at the thumbnails and the titles, it seems to be skewing off into many different topics.
And do me a favor, go to Studio C and make sure, well, you don't have to do it, Rob, but make sure you study Studio C.
Okay.
They're some of the best in the world as sketch comedy and comedy channels are concerned.
All right. Next channel then we are going to look at here is, I'm just bringing it into view, and it is the Tevan Show. And this channel has 75,000 subscribers, so a much larger channel. Looks as if it's a channel about potentially weapons. What can we see here from the titles here? Thumbnails, again, probably need some tweaking to make them more consistent with the branding.
Yeah, I think, can you sort by most popular?
I certainly can, yeah.
I want to see if there's a
big viral video that's helped here.
Or a correlation of a good thumbnail and the most views.
It looks as if they're all based off of Grand Theft Auto, some video game content. Interesting.
So, the first video on the second row, prop movie money, get yours today. You see a guy with a whole bunch of money on a table. That's a pretty good thumbnail. Yeah. And it's a very good supporting title. So this is obviously this video probably is going to promise because it has a 90% like to dislike ratio. But that seems to be pretty good. I guess I'm confused on this channel because you have talk about guns and you talk about gaming. There's just so much going on. Rob, do you have any thoughts here?
As you say, I don't know what the direction of a channel. It looks as if it's one of those channels which had some success with particular videos, as we can see 3-4 years ago, but the video creator's intent was something completely different, and that's what they're trying to focus their channel on, and it hasn't really connected, certainly with their existing audience. Like, we can see view counts here in the hundreds for a 75,000 subscriber channel. Yeah, and I'm not seeing if a channel's about, so it's about gaming, guns, and fun. How strongly does that come out in, as you say, certain thumbnails like "From my wife and I to you, Happy Memorial Day," broke down in North Point. Vlog. Yeah, you're right.
You've done gaming stuff, you've showed gun stuff, you do vlog stuff, and that's all fine. But I would either go straight vlog or focus in on one thing. With almost 500 hours of content uploaded to YouTube every minute now, you just can't be everything to YouTube.
Yeah.
So you have 74,000 subscribers. I'm not discounting that, but I believe, as you can see with some of your latest videos with lower views than you used to get, if you focus like you used to with Grand Theft Auto, I think you're going to kick butt again.
All right, so there you are, the Tevan Show. Hope you found some useful tips there. Next channel we're looking at, and this is one who is always on our live streams. Thank you very much for your fantastic contribution throughout vidIQ at Team Autismpedia. It's a fantastic channel name as well. So here we are with what looks to be some good thumbnails in one hand, some thumbnails that need a little bit of work, but the titles, what can we take from these, Jeremy?
So how many subscribers are we at?
We are at, I think this channel is in the hundreds, 300 subscribers.
Awesome. By the way, this guy supports everyone in our industry. You're awesome, man. Yeah. Thank you for all the support and love that you give everyone. It's really, really welcome. Look at some of these awesome thumbnails. Look at like the second thumbnail here.
Yeah, this one here.
It's great. This is a great thumbnail. Is there anything you don't like about this thumbnail?
Nothing in particular at all, really, and it's reflected in the view count. This is one where it's broken out beyond your audience with 800 views. So, yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic.
The only thing I would ask you is why aren't all of your videos on this beautiful blue background?
Yep.
The autism awareness activities with a light bulb above your head.
Yeah, that one.
How cool is that? You got a visual story you're telling. You have great topography, very bold fonts. It's a perfect thumbnail. It's really amazing. The only thing I would recommend is making the light bulb maybe a little bigger to the side of your face to tell a better visual story. But it's great. Like I want all of your thumbnails to look this good. That would be my biggest suggestion to you. And it seems, I could be wrong, that when you have these blue backgrounds, it seems like you're getting more views.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting as well how, like, we're wanting to talk about titles, but just through a natural human desire to look at the pictures first, and we just keep getting drawn to the thumbnails. Maybe that's telling people how the importance of thumbnails. It's like thumbnails, then titles, and everything beyond that.
It's the combo effect, you know. I can't with a good conscience talk about the titles until the thumbnails are addressed, because he has phenomenal thumbnails. He's just not consistent with them. So make them consistent. And then do me a favor, type in autism.
Yes, sir.
So we want you to find your theme or your series about autism. So it could be autism awareness. It could be autism, how to, cope with, depending on what aspect you're trying to teach people. Hit a space, please.
Yep.
Awareness. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of different terms, but
Yeah, I mean, just as I was saying during the presentation part, if this is where you can start to use keyword and then go on the alphabet journey. So if you just do autism A, autism B, you can see that YouTube is really helping define where you might find keywords. And this may take 5-20 minutes, but if you can find like 4 or 5 keywords from this little adventure, then as Jeremy says, you potentially have that nested formula, nested loop to potentially work towards.
Here's my question and my homework to you.
Yep.
If you found a series of videos and you made every video going forward in that one, like autism awareness or that one theme, and all of your future videos have this amazing template that you've already developed for your thumbnails, my question to you is, how big do you grow? Right now, you don't really have a theme. All of your thumbnails aren't awesome. So my question to you is, how big can you grow if you focus this amazing energy you have great videos. I think if you themed it and you had this,
You're just watching.
What did we call it? The Grand Slam?
Grand Slam metadata.
Yeah. Go Grand Slam that. That's it.
I think I need to get intellectual property on that as soon as possible.
I've already bought the domain name.
How did you do that while we're live streaming, Jeremy? You are a multitasking god. Okay, next channel then. So thank you, as Jeremy says, thank you for being for your awesome contribution to not only vidIQ but the YouTube community as a whole for your channel there. The next one we're going to look at is the Josie Show. Awesome thumbnails and banner. There, it looks to be a vlogging channel, maybe about Bulgaria. I'm looking at the flags, or Amsterdam. What can we see here from the titles, Jeremy, and anything else generally?
Well, I have to start at thumbnails. I'm sorry, but these are awesome. You're telling stories. You got your cutout. The backgrounds are great. They're very consistent, so I can kind of tell they're your thumbnails with your topography and things like that. So, man, your thumbnails are kicking butt. Very, very, very well done. And I love the banner as well. The 2 questions I have and 2 pieces of homework I have for you is, if you put like travel vlog or whatever your channel's about at the end or beginning of every title, I wonder how much better you would do. Another question I have is, if you put something like Amsterdam travel vlog, not only in English, but in the tags and description and playlist descriptions, you also put those in the native languages that people are visiting from. Because obviously in Amsterdam, almost everyone speaks English, right?
Yeah.
So I wonder if you translate, and maybe you already have this, if you translate some of these terms in your tags, titles, and descriptions, playlist descriptions, I wonder if you'll do better. So one of the family vlogs, or 2 of the family vlogs I worked with like 6 months ago, I had them do a test, and they put the word family vlog in their titles, and they upload every day. And they didn't continue to do that because they just thought it looked cheesy because they were big family vloggers. But they ranked number 1 and number 2 in the world for the word family vlog when they were doing it, when they were putting family vlog in their titles.
Awesome.
So to get started, to get a bigger subscriber base, I wonder if you put like travel vlog or Amsterdam travel vlog in every one of your titles, tags, descriptions, the Grand Slam, I wonder if you can grow faster.
All right, thank you there, the Josie Show, for your contribution to the live stream today. The next channel we're going to look at, I've looked at this one before, and a fantastic work, Emmanuel. I remember when I audited your channel, it must have been 2 or 3 months ago, and you were on like 800 subscribers, so you've doubled your channel size. And I said at the time, this all looks phenomenal, like the thumbnails and the titles, and the focus of your channel seems perfect. Let's have Jeremy give his thoughts on the channel. Depression Talks with Emmanuel.
Man, I love it. I love I love the ring light you're using for your eyes. Eyes are the window to the soul. So subconsciously, you're evenly lit. It just looks great. It looks like someone I want to have energy with and click the thumbnail with. People don't understand how important these thumbnails are, and you have great expression. So the thumbnails are phenomenal. I would say my favorite of the day, even though you don't have a background, even though you don't have a lot of consistency, the expressions over supersede all of that, in my opinion.
Yep.
The thing I see missing on the titles, again, is this overarching theme and using some type of phrase with depression in it. So type in depression at the search box here. Like depression and anxiety disorders or something like that. So I would, again, make a series of videos on a similar topic and then an honest talk, live, stream. It hurts so much. So I would have this theme first and then what the video is about second.
Okay, so these like emotional pulls on the viewer. This is taking too long, and depression isn't always obvious. We're talking about the front loading of a keyword just before this.
But beyond just like front loading a keyword, really getting people to understand what the video is about.
Yeah. So
depression and obsession, I can't believe it. You need to hear this.
Yeah.
Stop being sad.
Yeah.
It's all your fault. People have a lot of misconceptions of depression, and obviously you're trying to educate people on that, and it's a beautiful thing, and I appreciate what you're doing for the world. But if you can reach more people by focusing your series, focusing your tags, title, descriptions, keywords, playlists, I'm tired, you're going to do a lot better. But well done. You've already doubled since your last audit. So, Rob, what did we give them? 30 days to double again?
Yeah, let's see if you can get up to 3K by the end of August, and we'll be happy to audit your channel again if we can remember. There's so many channels we're looking at. The next one we're going to look at is Our Life, and what I immediately noticed about this channel, just from the titles, is this repetition of the vlog number, Our Life Vlogs, and I was wondering again about how relevant that is to you versus how relevant that is to your potential audience and the search terms, and are you doing yourself a disservice by including what I feel may be redundant aspects of your title?
Do me a favor and click on one of those videos and let's look at the right hand side suggestion.
Yeah, sure.
I want to see if they're ranking 54, 55, 56, 57. You have to really scroll down there. So one thing to note is more and more and more of what's on the right-hand side is your past browsing history and who you're subscribed to.
Yeah.
So it's curious to me, years ago, episode 5, 6, 7, 8 used to really be a thing. Now you notice you're really not ranking very well for your own terms, even though you're very consistent in your titles.
Right.
So I agree with you on that one.
Yeah. Okay, so anything else generally about the titles beyond Our Life Vlog number?
Is life vlog a thing? Like type in life vlog. And hit enter and let's see what the vidIQ results.
Sure, yeah. So, folks, this is a good opportunity to just show you what Jeremy was showing in the presentation, that when you do a search and you have the Chrome extension installed, you're getting all of this additional information on the search companion on the right-hand side with like monthly search terms. Looks as if there's 89,000 for life vlog, and then related keywords down here as well, and the keyword score, which is a little under average maybe in terms of how powerful this is.
Yeah, so, I didn't know life vlog was the thing. Apparently it is with 88,000 monthly searches. Family vlog is probably 10, way bigger than that. So you may want to rethink like life vlog versus family vlog or another type of vlog. And you may want to, if, for example, you're a certain type of person, like maybe you're from India or whatever, you may want to be very specific on culturally on who you are, so people like you can get to know you better and fall in love with you and fall in love with your channel. That's very important because people relate to people like them from their city or their religion or their color. It's just human nature. So don't underestimate the power of getting people similar to you to like your channel.
Yeah. Okay, so that's our life logs. Folks, if you want to start thinking of specific questions you may have about titles, start getting them ready in the comments on the live stream. We're going to take a look at another channel now, which is going to be Aaron MKW Fan. Is this a Mario Kart channel? I'm not sure. It looks to be gaming, but the thumbnails are a little misleading. Title wise, time trial test stream, road to 1,000 subs, Barney and friends. Again, maybe a lack of focus on this channel potentially, Jeremy.
Congrats on 500 subs.
But congrats on 500 subs, of course. Yep.
So Barney and Friends season 14, custom intro generation. Yeah, there's just so much. This channel is just about so much.
Yeah.
So make a series, focus, have a theme for your thumbnails so people know who you are and what your value is.
Yeah.
And you can't be everything to everyone.
Yeah. I'm just sorting by most popular, and it looks as if when the channel was focusing on Mario Kart ones, they tended to be the more popular ones. So again, we're thinking about here the potential keyword that you may be able to use, which will be Mario Kart 8. And then is there anything here that you can use? Looks as if there's different aspects on Deluxe. Well, that's the title of the game, isn't it? So Deluxe. And then are there any particular tracks or... Yeah, what we've been doing here is what you should be doing with your channel on a longer term. We've been spending 30 seconds just doing quick keyword searches to try and identify what may be used in your title. And we can see here examples, but for you, maybe spend an hour doing this sort of thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, then. So that is... the end of the channel Audits, but we're going to be around for just a little while longer. Any sort of general themes there, Jeremy, that were coming out for you in terms of what our vidIQ community should be focusing on? I love the fact that you were giving lots of homework to people today. Anything specific that's come out in general?
I think no matter what we're talking about, it doesn't matter if it's thumbnails or channel art or messaging or community, it's all the same. I think the typical problems that people may be facing as a creator are the same. I think it's focus, visual messaging, and messaging in general, like telling people the what and why your channel exists, and really understanding in your own self of how you can help or entertain others.
Yep.
Once you have this real core focus of who you are and how you help or entertain, everything else I think will come. The visuals will come, the consistency will come, but you really need to know who you are, how you can help or entertain people the best, and then go from there. I think, it's great that everyone's just playing around and some channels are huge and some are small. So definitely go out there and just do. I would much rather seeing everyone create than create something awesome. I'd much rather just see people creating. But if you could harness the true way you can help others, I think the messaging and logos and titles and thumbnails and everything will come with time. Awesome.
Some questions then. So Emmanuel is just quickly asking about the channel we just audited for him. You said have the keyword term first, then the emotional verbiage second. Is that correct from what we were saying?
If it makes sense.
Yeah.
So let's say you did that and it didn't even sound like the English language. Yeah. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Right? So don't sacrifice the actual impact of a sentence for keyword stuffing. So we're not telling you to keyword stuff. We're saying if it makes sense to have the keyword phrase near the front of the title, we've seen that help our personal channels.
Yeah. So a certain element of common sense to be used there when you're writing your titles. They still have to mean something to a human being, absolutely. Slickback asked, I think this is a question along the lines, if you've been creating too much content on too many subjects, should you delete the videos which aren't relevant to who you are now?
I would just move forward. Typically, I don't recommend people deleting their older content.
Yeah.
And when you unlist, set private, or delete content, you lose all of the social engagement and views and watch time and everything associated with those videos. So it's my humble opinion that you just move forward. You don't look back.
Okay, awesome. Quick question here from Evolve Fitness. When do you do these live streams? We do them every week at this time, 11 o'clock on a Tuesday, Pacific Standard Time, so make sure to join us. Next week, we haven't decided on a topic yet, but if you have a suggestion, do let us know in the comments. Question here from Cam and Jay today. How can I do a search for a topic on YouTube if you are a blog channel?
So blog with a B?
Yes.
This is almost like a chicken or the egg question. I feel like I'm being punked right now. So my first question is, if you're a blog channel,
Yeah.
where's your audience?
Right.
With 1.9 million people on YouTube, I'm
Yeah.
guessing they're everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But then my second question is, who is your audience? So here's my answer. Forget that you're a blog. It doesn't matter. Understand who your audience is and create content around who they are and what they want, whether that's entertainment or value. I know that sounds weird, but if this truly entertains or helps your blog audience, then you can embed those videos on your blog, and you can send people back and forth from YouTube to your blog, and you can embed that content. So I would say be who you are, truly give value to people or entertain them, and none of that philosophy matters, in my opinion.
One more question. True Financials. How long should you wait to change a title or thumbnail when a video isn't performing well?
I used to have an answer 6 months ago that's different than now. I would say, and Rob, I would love to get your feedback on this.
Yep.
I would say in general, in the first 7 to 14 days of a video's life, if it doesn't do well, it's more than likely not going to do well. Now, there's all these Princess Robin Hood stories of, I had a video and it did nothing for a year, and then all of a sudden it got 1 million views. Those weird stories happen, but it's not the normal thing that happens. So, Rob, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I say with certainly if you're trying to produce evergreen content and it's a how-to title, generally it's either going to work or it doesn't. And I've had videos which I made and it took 2 or 3 months for them to take off. They kind of did okay, and then the graphs slowly started to build, and then you can start to see if there's any momentum. There's also another question of how much time do you want to spend on old content, like making a new thumbnail, trying to redo the metadata if the content's no longer relevant. Or I've heard you before suggest, Jeremy, just upload the video again, just delete it. If it didn't work, maybe you'll get those algorithmic bonuses the second time round if you weren't successful with it.
Yeah, and a couple of things there is, don't do that a lot. Like don't do 100 videos in a day or something. It could get real weird with your channel. And I used to own one of the largest video marketing YouTube agencies in the country, and we used to optimize old videos for big brands. And 3-4 years ago, we were very successful. And the last 18 months, we're a lot less successful optimizing old content. I mean, the truth is, why would YouTube re-promote it if it never really happened? Like that's just the truth, and everything's based on watch time. So if a video is getting a lot of watch time, then that's where I think the momentum builds. More and more people see it, and more people watch more of it, and then boom, it builds. But if a video doesn't, has 12 seconds of watch time or a minute of watch time, then odds of it just taking off, regardless of how well the tag styles and descriptions and thumbnails are, it's probably irrelevant.
Yeah. All right, then. Thank you very much there, Jeremy, for not only the Q&A that we've just had, but the channel audits and the presentation. I think, phew, we're a little burned here. That was an intense one, but I hope everybody here found this useful. And if you do find this useful, give us a feedback that we need to know so we can carry on doing this in slightly newer format with auditing more channels, but focusing on a very particular topic. As I say, we were doing titles today, but that always leads on to thumbnails. And next week it could be playlists, it could be community engagement. Let us know what you would like to see, and we've got our own ideas as well. But as always, Jeremy, thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure having you today. And yeah, folks, if you did enjoy this live stream, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more live streams like this. The next one will be Tuesday, 11 o'clock next week. Otherwise, as always, enjoy the rest of your video making day. And there's just one more question here from Jason. Jeremy, do you prefer briefs or boxers?
Jason.
And we'll leave you on that bombshell.